science. Everything is centered around it at the Salk Institute in La Jolla. They are exploring the very foundation of life and saving lives along the way. We give you a rare look inside their labs as they work to cure cancer.
Right from the very beginning, when Jonas set up the Salk Institute, he wanted to bring in people with expertise in actually different areas of biomedicine. So even though he had helped cure polio, he actually wanted to bring in luminaries in cancer and neuroscience and metabolism. And so it was actually from Jonas himself at the beginning that there was a focus on cancer.
What's unique about the Salk Cancer Center is that because the Salk Institute is a diverse community of many different scientists working on a large number of different areas of research. We've got people working on our nervous system, we have people working on plants, we have people working on metabolism, we have people working on genetics, we have people like myself working on our immune system, but we're all here collectively together, interacting, bumping into each other, and that is kind of the special sauce, the magic formula that lets us think about how our different areas interconnect with one another, and with that we can start to understand some of the most complex problems like in cancer.
The other thing is the size. The Salk has always been small. We only have 50 professors total. That's smaller than a biochemistry department at UCSD. So it really is more of a think tank and really work together and collaborate, also because it is this one original famous building that everybody's housed in.
I moved here about 5 years ago from Yale University, and a lot of people thought I was crazy. Why would you leave Yale University? But I was really attracted to Salk because of the boldness and the visionary type of research that Salk does, but also because of this small but diverse collection of absolute experts in the world in these different areas of science. And bringing us together, there's just magic that happens when you have two scientists that work on totally different areas, but they start to talk and they start to think about problems in different ways, and it's just been remarkable. I actually am studying how our immune system talks to nerves, and things I never thought I would be doing, but these are leading to extraordinary new areas of research, and we're just super excited.
Some of the best treatments today, which are as close to cures as have ever been obtained, are derived from research here. For the future, we know that cancer is always changing and is hard to fight, so tumors become resistant. So we are trying to come up with the best combinations of therapies, taking the best knowledge from before, along with new breakthroughs and new cutting-edge methods to kind of come up with what's going to be the right cocktail of medicines to actually make cancer a horrible diagnosis you get one day, but then you get your treatment, the treatment evolves, but you keep it in remission and you go on to live an otherwise unperturbed life. That's the goal.
So we're actually already at an inflection point with cancer care and new ways to treat cancer. Just in the past 10 years alone, the first drugs ever that have led to long-term cures in patients have come from the result of the drugs that stimulate our immune system to fight cancer. And these led to the Nobel Prize just a few years ago. What is so important about this, though, is that these drugs still only have this effect on about 20 to 30% of cancer patients. So the big goal that we have is how can we increase that? How can we get that to 60, 70, 80%? Slowly but surely getting us. We now have some cancer types that when the cancer has spread throughout the patient, they have no other resort. They can get 2 drugs, and 50% of those people will have now become cancer-free for at least 5 years. So the needle is definitely changing. Immunotherapy is one part of that needle, but we still have to find other combinations that are going to work with immunotherapy to get us up to that higher level of therapy. We may not be necessarily making cures today, but what we're basically making cures for our tomorrow.
Still ahead on